Hello, everybody. I am Yolanda, and welcome to a special edition of Your Life with Yolanda. We're going to get candid this day, and I'm so very excited that we are here and we get to share. And I have a very special guest, y'all. It's been a long time coming when we have done a special edition for Your Life with Yolanda, but we are kicking it off with Candid Conversations, and I am here with the one and only Owynthia Moore. Owynthia, tell everybody hello.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Yes, I'm so excited that you're here. I'm excited that we get to share. And hey, look, y'all, I want you guys to share this with everybody that you know. I want you to let them know that Your Life with Yolanda is back, and we are having wonderful conversations today. And hopefully, and not hopefully, we know that this is going to be a blessing for someone, and that someone's going to be encouraged today. So I'm super excited that you have spent your time to come today to share with us. And before we get started, so just tell everybody a little bit about who you are and maybe one of your passions.
Yes, who am I?
Yes.
I'm a country girl.
Okay.
I'm just a country girl that my passion is just seeing smiles on other faces.
Yes.
I'm a travel consultant. I'm an event specialist.
Yes.
I'm a CFO. I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I'm a sister. I'm a daughter. But I'm a friend. But that's who I am.
Yes.
That's who I am.
A whole lot. And you know, that is so true. You do so many things, and I know that you have a definite passion for making people happy and sharing. You're always giving, you're always sewing, you're always doing the things, and I so much appreciate that about you. And of course, we go way back.
Yes, we do.
You know, a lot of people don't know it, but you know, people see us in ministry and that sort of thing, but they really don't realize that I've known you even before I got married.
Yes.
Like I knew you way back, and I've seen your life, you've seen mine, and I've seen even just the transitions and a lot of what you've had to go through in life, good, bad, the ugly, all of it, right?
The raw and uncut.
The raw and uncut, right? And that's just a part of life, and that's just how things happen, and it's just a part of sometimes how God allows us to navigate through various situations. And even speaking of situations, today, y'all, I really want you all to get ready, because we're going to be talking about something really candid. We're going to be talking about something that probably all of us may have struggled with in the area. And our topic for today is show them your wounds. And Owynthia,
wow,
you know, that's pretty deep.
It is.
And, you know, I was thinking about that actually this morning. I knew I grew up where, especially with my grandparents, my grandmother, it was sort of like, don't tell anybody what you're going through, right? It was like, you know, if you're dealing with something, you're navigating through situations, kind of keep that to yourself.
Absolutely.
But I applaud you today, because you really are going to share your story and your wounds and probably things that people may be surprised about. So, you know, tell us a little bit about your story and kind of, you know, a background of maybe how we are where we are today, and we'll kind of get people up to where we are. But share a little bit about your story.
Okay. Well, thank you first for having this platform.
Yes.
I was kind of hesitated about sharing, but it's not for me.
Yes.
We pray that it just helps someone and minister to someone that maybe, you know, trying to decide their next. Their next. So 2 years this month.
Wow.
September 14th. So if you can go back 2 years ago, we were in the thick of COVID. Yes. We were, it was the flu season, COVID, colds, just germs everywhere. So, but during our COVID and we were shelter in place, I became very ill. Like in the middle of the night.
Wow.
Did not know what was going on. So we found out after tests and everything that I had a mild stroke.
My goodness.
In my sleep.
Wow.
So we navigated through that. Didn't tell anyone. I think my BFF that I called was the mask.
Whoa.
Literally the mass, because I had some formation that wasn't, of me.
Sure.
And I wanted to hide it.
But and I don't want to interrupt your
No,
story,
go
but
ahead.
why did you feel like, at that moment of having that stroke, that mini stroke, and, dealing with all of what you had to deal with, why did you want to hide it? Like, what made you say, I'm not going to really share that, I don't want anybody to know?
One, because of don't want anyone to know,
Yeah.
because the questions was going to come. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, pity me, or something like that. I just did not want anyone to know. I thought people was going to ask questions that I didn't have the answers to.
Sure.
I was trying to deal with it myself. It took a toll mentally, physically, emotionally. And then for the mass, like I said, was my best friend.
Ooh.
Because of the shifting of my face.
Yes.
It literally shifted.
Wow.
So a lot of therapy, still in.
Yes.
After 2 years, still in, but that has helped me to unmask.
Whoa. That's interesting. We were wearing physical masks,
Yes.
and a lot of times we wore those to protect ourselves. So sometimes, I believe even naturally,
Yes.
we put on these masks because we do want to protect ourselves
Yes.
from what people think,
Yes.
from what people say when we're dealing with issues, when we have scars, when we're dealing with, things that we don't even know what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
So sometimes, as a defense mechanism, I believe we do that
Yes.
even unintentionally sometimes so that we don't have to deal with all of what people are going to say.
Yes.
How did you sort of get to the place where, I know a lot happened between,
Yes.
having the stroke and going through therapy and many other things that have happened, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And you're going to take us to that place. But what was it, and how did you just continue to keep going and keep moving and keep your faith up? What was your thing that just kept you at that time?
I had to keep going.
Yeah.
I had to, because if I would, it was told to me that if I would stay still pretty much, or dormant, that what I was dealing with was going to take control. So I had to keep moving.
Yes.
I had to beat it.
Yes.
I had to beat it.
Wow.
So that's what I found myself. I found joy in coming here.
Yes.
A lot of people, now Pastor Yolanda and Pastor Robeson, they knew.
Yeah.
They knew some, but I did not share everything.
Yes.
Because it was so fresh.
Yes.
It was an open wound. It was just imagine, someone coming in and telling you all of this. It literally ripped the bandage off.
Right.
So if I could protect me,
yes.
that's what I was doing. I was just protecting me because
Yes.
I didn't know how to explain it.
Right. And I can understand that, wanting to protect your peace, as
Yes.
people would say, wanting to protect you so that you can continue to have the strength to
Yes.
deal with the situation that you were in.
Absolutely.
So take us a little bit further, Wynthia. I know with the stroke, that happened. You
Yes.
were dealing with therapy,
Yes.
all of those other things. But then there were some other things that
Yes.
happened that you had to navigate your way through that many people don't realize that you had gone through. Tell us a little bit
Right.
about that.
So a year went by. Within that period, we went through a lot of tests and therapy. So I think my physician, and I saw like 5 physicians.
Wow.
And so it came to a point where my insurance company started denying certain treatments.
Sure.
So we were on vacation, kids were going out of the house. This was our first vacation together, just the two of us over 30 years.
Wow.
Yes. So I wanted to go to a safari.
Whoa.
And I received a phone call, and it was on a Monday morning, and it came up that neurologist. So my husband looked and he said, "You going to answer it?" I said, "No." But I answered it, and they called me and said that your insurance company has denied. We've appealed for other services, so now we have to do surgery. So I looked at him. I was like, okay. She said it was on a Monday. It was in the end of July.
Yes.
She wanted to schedule it out for August 14th.
Wow.
It was like 2 weeks later.
Yes.
I said, no, I'll call you back.
Yeah.
And he was just at a loss of words. He said, did you just tell your doctor you was going to call her back? Yes.
Wow.
Let's go have fun.
Who does that, right?
So, but we end up talking with them, and they explained the surgery. So the surgery that I was faced with come September 14th, 2021 was brain surgery.
Wow. My goodness. Yeah.
I had a blockage, and it was swelling from my neck going to my brain.
Wow.
So I was confused.
Sure.
I was lost of words.
Yes.
It was the emotions kicked in.
Absolutely.
So we when we got back, I said, well, okay, I guess this is what we're faced with.
Wow.
So then that's when we started, but I only had a month. I had exactly 30 days
to actually process
it.
So in those 30 days, like, what about your faith? What did you do? What was it in your faith that sort of helped you to say, you know what, I know what I'm facing, but I got to go through this? Your family, your children, people who are close to you. How did you navigate all of that? What were you thinking at that time? Did you and God have a conversation? What was that like?
Well, I was, and I think I shared with you before that I didn't hear God.
Whoa.
I did not. I kept asking. I did not hear Him.
Yes.
And I was asking, should I do this?
Yes.
Okay. What's going to happen?
Yes.
So when I've already signed the papers.
Yes.
But when it finally clicked,
yes,
it was 2 days prior, and it's funny that the word that we just received Sunday,
yes,
shift.
Yes.
But it was given to me 2 years ago.
Come on.
This is my shift season.
Yes. Yes.
And that's when I told my husband, I said, okay, I'm ready.
You said something interesting. You said that you didn't hear God at that time. And I know that, people who may be watching, whatever they're dealing with, I know everybody has something, that they may deal with, some bigger than others, some different than others. And there can be times when you don't hear anything from God. Like you're just waiting to hear God. What is your answer? Do I go forward? Do I go back? Should I stay? Should I go? Do I just don't do any? What would your sort of wisdom be for someone who's watching this to say, you know what, I'm in a situation too. Maybe my situation is not like yours. Maybe it wasn't even as severe or as crucial as yours. What do I do when I can't hear God?
Keep praying.
Come on.
Pray.
Yes.
Pray. Find something uplifted, a verse. Find worship music.
Yes.
I went into a physical praise.
Come on.
I just needed to praise because I saw myself then on the other side.
Yes.
And that's what I saw. I didn't see. I stopped hearing what they said.
Yes.
And I just saw myself on the other side.
Oh my gosh.
I said it's just too much. We're not done.
Yes.
It's just too much.
Now that's powerful right there, y'all. And for anyone who's watching, to see yourself on the other side of where you are right now, because we know, as we sang it on Sunday, this is not it. This is not the end.
No.
There is something more, and
greater.
Onwithia is a testimony.
Yes.
You see her live and in color. She's a testimony that there is yet more.
Yes.
So take us even further. So you were scheduled for the surgery. Yes. You had the surgery.
Did.
After the surgery, what else happened?
Well, I don't remember much. As you can hear, my speech was still is off, but it's better. A lot of therapy, but it was something that I was supposed to go. Now this was the cool part. I was supposed to have surgery. It was supposed to be, I think, 5-6 hours, and then go into ICU for 24 hours, and then on a floor for 5 days. Well, remember I said it was literally in the thick of COVID.
Yes.
So I never made it to ICU.
Wow.
ICU came to me.
Come on.
In recovery.
Wow.
The physicians, the specialists came to me. We made it. They told me that night was a challenging night,
Sure.
but we made it through that night.
Come on.
The next night.
Yes.
But it was a lot of challenges that I was told that I was going to have. I have some, but not as all that they said.
Wow. Now that's powerful right there too. There's just so many nuggets that I hear about this because, oftentimes we take what doctors say or what people say or what someone else's experience was. We don't have to claim that as our experience, right? We have to claim what the principles of God's word says for us, and we walk that out. And it sounds like you had a whole lot of favor when you were there.
Yes.
Amazing.
Absolutely. So much of love.
Yes.
So much, we can do this together.
Yes.
I felt like I was not alone.
Yes.
Even when coming home, the village was strong.
Talk about the support system.
The support system.
Yes.
Where my sisters just took off from work.
Yes.
They came to be with me, my mom, my husband, the kids, just family, church family. They really supported us. And from that day still on.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful.
Yes.
Just so grateful for it because I literally couldn't do anything.
Wow.
But that part I wasn't prepared for. But I literally could not do anything.
Wow.
And I think that was another motive for me to say, I got to beat this.
Come on.
I got to beat this.
Yes.
But when you're talking to yourself, and that's why it's always good to have positive people around you.
Come on.
Because when you're talking to yourself, you're talking to me, myself, and I
right
here.
Yes.
So you're not reasoning with anyone.
Sure.
Because whatever you say in your mind, you're going to do it, or you feel that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can say this on your podcast, but depression kicked in.
It's real talk. Yeah. We're candid.
Depression.
Sure.
Kicked in.
Yes.
Isolation.
Yes.
At one point, I'm like, why am I still here?
Wow.
I had to ask that hard question.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Why? And I know, some people say, well, ask God why. I needed to know because this thing was real.
Yes.
Like, why? With the, I think I called you and was telling you I had to shave all my hair off.
Yeah.
I got to do that. That was, and to this day, I have not seen the scars.
Whoa. Amazing.
And I have 3. But I have not seen them.
Wow.
I will.
Yes.
But I just and I have pictures, but I'm just not.
You've made a choice.
Yes.
For your healing and how you wanted it to be, and it sounds really amazing to have that village, to have the people around you who are speaking life and pumping faith and agreeing with you, right? And I think oftentimes when we're dealing with tough situations, it is so very important to have the right people in your circle and in your corner, those who are going to speak when you don't feel like speaking, those who are going to be there praying when you don't feel like, or vice versa. So just hearing the village and hearing the people who were there as a support system. And then also, I appreciate you saying and being candid about depression. It is a real thing. People are dealing with, when you're feeling that alone, loneliness and the isolation and things like that. How did you sort of feel like you pulled yourself up with the help of the Lord up out of that pit, up out of that feeling of how is this thing going to work out? What were some of the things that you did?
You would, I know you're probably going to laugh at this, but every time, even today, every time I feel like I'm in a pit, I would get a text. You will send something, and our thing is our hearts. Yes. But you will send something, or someone will send a text. I'm like, how they know?
Wow.
How they know?
Wow.
But that's I know. I know that keeps me grounded. Yes. That keeps me humble. Yes. That keeps me on the right track. Yeah. And that keeps me keeps pushing me. Yes. Because I have to do this. Yes. I have to do this for me.
Come on.
I really have to do this for me.
Fight for you.
Yes.
Very powerful. And that's a word for somebody out here. Fight for
Please
yourself.
do.
Like keep fighting whatever
Yes.
you're in. And if you are feeling and sensing a tug to encourage somebody else, send them that text
Absolutely.
message. Send them a card, a
You
gift
never
card.
know.
Give them a hug, a
Yes.
hello. Pick up the phone and check on them. We never know who we're encouraging. And
Absolutely.
sometimes, as we're saying with the wounds, we can't see people's
can't see it.
wounds. Many people didn't know what you were going
No.
through. They thought, oh, Cynthia's fine, all
Yes.
is well, because she's always beautiful. So people
thank you.
will look at you and they'll think nothing's wrong. You didn't do it. You didn't deal with anything.
Yes.
Just to look at you.
Yes.
So we have to be very transparent. Like, hey, we have scars. I have scars.
Yes.
So encourage somebody today. Get out of your box and encourage somebody. We never know what that's going to do for someone. But let me ask you this too.
Mm-hmm.
As you've sort of navigated through and with the surgery, your recovery, all of what you're doing, what is sort of one of the biggest lessons or biggest things that may have sort of transformed your life,
Mm-hmm.
or what's different about you now than before all of this happened?
How I thought that God was real, now I know that God is
Come
real.
on.
You say it,
Yes.
and it almost become cliches.
Yes.
Because we say things.
Sure.
But to know,
Yes.
I think that's my most firm foundation
Come on.
now.
Yes.
Is that I know I gave it all. I was like, I'm here.
Yes.
I have rededicated myself
Yes.
because I think I was borderline,
Wow.
and I still ask sometimes why,
Yes.
but I've seen the works. I've
Yes.
seen the miracles.
Yes.
I've seen what He has done, what
Yes.
He is doing.
Yes.
And who wouldn't serve a God like
Come
that?
on. He is real.
Who would?
Who wouldn't? What would your advice be to someone now? They're like in the fire right now. Like today, they're watching this. They're watching this podcast. They're watching this YouTube show, and they just happen to happen on it. They just came up on it, and they're in the fire right now. Right now, they have to make a decision today if they're going to keep going or if they're going to quit. They don't want to. They haven't even told anybody. They haven't shown their wounds
Yes.
to anybody yet. What would be your encouragement to them?
Well, first, don't keep it to yourself.
Mm.
Do not, because once again, who can encourage you if you just have it just here? But find someone that's firm, that's not going to get on a yes train with you.
Oh, wow, that's
and
good.
that's not going to, oh, you can do it, but not really feel what you're going through.
Yes.
And not push you aside like, oh, it's not that serious.
Wow.
Now, even with that, Pastor Yolanda, that was another reason why I really didn't want to share.
Yes.
Because some people may say, oh, it's not that serious.
Mm. Wow.
But do not let anyone turn you away from what pain that you're feeling.
Yes.
Because pain is pain.
Pain is pain.
Pain is pain. But don't stay there.
Yes. That's good.
Don't stay there.
That's good.
But you need to be surrounded
Yes.
by the right people.
Yes.
So check your circles.
Come
That's
on.
all I'm saying.
Check your circles, and don't let anyone diminish your story.
Absolutely.
Your story is your
your
story.
story.
Your pain, just because your pain is not somebody else's pain,
Absolutely.
it's still your pain.
Yes.
But the good news is there is one who can heal that
Yes,
pain,
yes.
one who can free you from that pain. And even as you're sharing today, and even as you've shared your story, this is healing for somebody else. This is a blessing for somebody
Yeah.
else, to let them know that whatever they're dealing with, there is a God who can navigate you through that storm. He can help
Absolutely.
you with your wounds.
Absolutely.
Because even though you have wounds, there is still a warrior there in the
Yeah.
fire with you who can help you and deliver you out of that storm. Owenthia, is there any other thing as you're thinking about just, and I know this has just been a small portion of your story. I know there's so much more that people would never guess. They would
Yeah.
never know, so many things that probably have even led up to this,
Yes.
right? But is there any sort of final thing that you want the viewers to know that can help them in their lives as they're facing their own wounds?
Just know that wounds are not here to stay.
Mm.
And yeah, they're wounds. I call them challenges. was a big challenge for me, but yours is big too. So I think I'm gonna go back to just connect.
Wow.
You have to connect, but definitely do your research.
Yes.
Definitely do research. I did not take the first, the second, nor the third doctor.
Wow.
I did not.
That's
I think
good.
I went through Savannah
Come on.
because I needed to know. I needed I need some people.
Sure.
But then I started calling. I didn't share with everyone.
Yes.
But when we started sharing, we shared with people that we know that was going to bombard heaven.
Come on. Come on. I love that.
And that's what we did.
Yes.
And they're still praying, y'all.
Come on.
But I would definitely say connect. Don't share. Don't share it as casual.
Yes.
Don't keep it to yourself.
Yes.
But pray for your own healing.
Yes.
Pray, speak it.
Come on.
Pray for your own healing.
Yes. You're talking my language now because you have the power and authority to decree and declare a thing over your life. You have the power to speak the word of God over your life.
Yes.
If you decree a thing, it will be established.
Yes.
And that doesn't mean that you're not going to go through some stuff.
True.
That doesn't mean that we're exempt. We're not exempt from
We're
trials.
not.
We're not exempt from fire. Even Christians and believers, things are not always going to look great.
No.
It's not always going to be, but we know in this world we have tribulation, but be of good cheer. We have overcome,
Yes.
and we're overcomers.
Yes.
This has been so amazing, Olympia.
Wow.
I feel like we probably have to do a part 2 because I know there's so
Okay.
much more. There's so much more to the
Yes,
story, y'all.
yes.
And we really want to encourage you in whatever you're dealing with
Please
today. Hey, Jesus loves you. He
does.
cares for you.
Yes.
Tell somebody what you're going through. Show
Absolutely.
them your wounds.
Yes.
Show them. Jesus even said, "Hey, you see
Yes.
see the holes in my
Yes.
side?
Mhm.
Show them what you're going through. Allow someone to minister help and support to you. And also, if any one of you are dealing with any depression or any other thing, seek help.
Please
Seek
do.
prayer. Seek a therapist. It's okay, even
It's
as a
okay.
believer. God knows that. And I'm just so grateful again for just you sharing your story with our viewers today. This has been another amazing episode
Yes.
of Your Life with Yolanda, special edition, Candid Conversations with Ylwy Moore. And guys, we will see you next time, y'all. Bye.
Bye.